Welcome to M Squared TechCast.
All right.
Mike Brennan.
And Matt Roush.
And we're back for the third segment of M Squared TechCast, now MITech TV, for those who are watching out there in Facebook land.
Yes.
And we have with us a repeat offender, Rob Ponto, who's been on the show numerous times. You in Vegas? Were you out there?
I was not. I would have loved to have been.
Yeah,
really
me
cool
too.
stuff
This
going
would
on.
Be warm,
That's
right?
I tell you, there's the thing I missed the most about the old gig at WWJ was that the fact that I got to go to the CES every year.
Awesome.
On a
Oh,
junket.
yeah,
That was so much
price of
fun.
admission there,
oh,
huh?
man, tell me about it.
So but Comcast,
But Comcast was big.
yes,
Yeah.
they were out there, and see what was announced is my talking point here. Okay, what was announced?
Okay, so cybersecurity, it's a top priority for
Sure.
Xfinity
Right.
Internet customers, and it's a top priority for everyone. So
Mhm.
what we announced is that our Xfi advanced security feature is now free for all of our customers who rent an Xfi gateway.
That was my question I sent to you because I own my own
Yeah.
modem, cable modem, and I was asking, does that apply just in general or not? You got to
Yeah,
have.
I'm still paying a couple shekels extra a month for you guys' machine.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah, so it's included. I don't
Well,
have to do anything.
You
or-
don't have to do anything at all. It
Okay.
downloads right to your system. It's rolling out this month. It's a $72 added value, and it protects all the connected devices in your home. There's
Maybe
no-
I should go back to running from you guys then, huh?
Well, I think it's a good idea because you might pay a little bit more in the long run. And I know you guys are techie and you like to work with your own machines,
Right.
but if your modem gets old, we'll swap it out for you. We want you to have the latest equipment always to keep up with all the speeds that we're providing.
Sure.
So, yeah.
So would a Xfinity compatible modem that one would purchase, would it still work with that? Or
No, it would have
only
to be
with
our
yours?
Xfi
I wasn't
gateway.
sure. Okay.
Yeah,
All
nothing to download. It's just going to be rolled out just like that. So we're really excited about it. We want to add more value to to what our customers are purchasing from us, and that's when we want it to happen. We want anything that's protected, or excuse me, connected is protected.
That's my mantra: is don't connect it if you can't protect it. Right?
Okay,
You know,
yeah. That's
so-
the Internet of Things. It's the Internet of Things that can be hacked.
Yeah. Well, particularly if you got a smart house.
Right.
Because if a bad person gets in through your thermostat or something,
I was
have-
going to say that's
Yes.
my all-time favorite episode of Mr. Robot is where the lady has the connected house and somebody decides they don't like her and they basically hack every system in her house so that the lights are turning on and off and the music's blaring. It's the middle of the night. She can't stop it. So
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Between 2016 and 2017, hacks into IoT devices have gone up 600%.
well,
So it's a real issue.
well, I mean, because they use the admin and then the password's 1234, and they don't change it. So I mean, duh. So, but I mean, it's really an educational process, right?
It is. And our average customer has about 11 connected devices to their home Wi-Fi, to the internet. And we have power users who have at least 20, but up to 50, and that's growing. All these IoT devices. Yeah, so
Well, there's a lot of kids, I
I'm
suppose.
just counting mine. I've got like 3 computers that work and a couple of security cameras and
you'd be
a
surprised.
couple of televisions and
He's got a grow facility in the backyard.
yeah.
Oh, I'm supposed to say that. Sorry, didn't mean that. Okay.
Well, it's okay now,
yeah,
as long
okay.
as the feds don't show up.
Yeah.
So a lot of these IoT devices, for the average customer who's might not be really techie,
Yeah.
it's hard to use your own cybersecurity system to cover them because they don't have screens and they don't have keyboards. So
Right.
how do you do that? Well, Xfi Advanced Security protects everything right at the gateway. Nothing
What
for our
threats
customers.
does it stop?
Pardon me?
What threats does it stop?
Pretty much everything. I mean, if you're going to a malicious website, it'll stop you from doing that. It'll send you an alert saying, don't
no,
go there,
you
it's
don't
not
want
protected.
to do this.
Yeah.
Right. If you have a device that's already infected with malware, it'll help stop your devices from sending that information out to an outside computer. And then just the normal hack type stuff where people try to get your personal information.
And this is available to home or residential as well as business users? Or?
This is for the residential.
Okay.
We have something called Comcast Business Security Edge, and that's for business services.
Do they differ in any way?
I think this one's a little more geared to the residential, and then business is totally different ball game. So
More robust or something?
yes, I can get you more information on that.
Yeah, okay. So we also have, why is X5 Advanced Security not? Well, we've got that. What should customers lease? Why? I can't talk today.
Must be the weather.
What's in this water? Okay. Why should customers
CBDs,
lease? Since we discovered that too.
We did.
I'll just move through things. Let's just talk in general about Comcast.
Okay.
I think we blew through all your notes, and I'm just repeating them there.
So there is an interesting question here, though. Is Comcast an internet company or a cable company? And I have a feeling your answer is going to be yes. But
Yeah, yes, it is. So just think back in the 80s, we were the cable company.
Sure.
And what we were competing on is who had the most channels.
Right.
We would compete with other companies on who had the most channels. And it turned to who had the most HD channels. And then we went into on-demand choices, DVR capabilities.
Yep.
And then we launched X1.
Mm-hmm.
I think, Matt, you have X1, don't you?
Yep.
It's a really cool interface, a cool guide that goes on the screen and integrates everything into one spot.
Yeah, the voice remote is particularly
Yes,
fun.
the voice remote, AI-powered voice remote, 1.9 billion requests in 2019.
Well, I have X1 as well. I can talk to my remote. Sometimes.
As long as it doesn't talk back.
Yeah, good thing for that. So, what are the things, I don't know if this is something you want to talk about, but let me throw it out there.
Okay.
I mean, you guys are getting really challenged by all these streaming services. I know you have your own streaming services too, right?
There's something coming out soon called Peacock.
And in March, what I read,
I
right?
believe so, yeah. I can't wait till we announce that. That's going to be pretty cool. But there are a lot of different choices for people to get their video. I mean, that's where X1 comes in, where we have a way that you can pull everything into our X1 guide. So if you have a subscription to Netflix or Amazon Prime or YouTube, you can get everything all on the screen through your X1 service. And even if you don't have our video service, there's something called Xfinity Flex, where if you're an online-only customer, you'll get a small box, and it's kind of like a Roku box almost.
Yeah, I got Roku. So.
And it'll take all of your streaming services through the box onto your TV, all in one spot, so that way you're not having to log in and log out of different accounts.
Yeah.
So just another value add.
Yeah, because through what I have now, I can get to my Netflix and the Amazon Prime just through the regular Comcast remote.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a smart enough TV to get Roku through it yet. I have to change what the input is from the cable box to the Roku thing. So
Okay.
I have a Roku TV. So.
Okay. So yours is built in.
Yep, built in. When I went that way,
9,000 channels on Roku, and most of them you don't want to watch. But
yeah, well,
it's sort of like it reminds me of the glory days of community access television. Roku does, because I guess anybody, if they want to, can pay a few $100 and start a Roku channel, right? And they can put whatever they want.
Oh, really?
So
we're looking at that too when we get the video going and do our own Roku channel.
There's some channels that are really strange, like 1930s Christmas cartoons. I found a couple of channels this year.
Wow.
It's almost like Podcast Detroit. There's some very unusual
Roku channels.
Well, I'm not sure. You go, really? But I mean, hey, what the heck, So, right, Dave?
Yeah.
We won't go into details. But,
Not here to judge content.
No. Do your thing, baby. We support you.
Whatever
First Amendment, go for it.
All right.
Third thing you guys have now is you have your own Wi-Fi system for phones, and you've joined that whole space. That's been around for a little over a year or so. Right?
Mobile phones? Yes. We've had that for a few years now, and it's a great service. Saves you a lot of money because you're usually connected to our Xfinity Wi-Fi network.
Right.
And then
you're not using data then.
Right. But Verizon is our data provider, so when you're not on our network, you'll be on the Verizon side, which is great.
I'm waiting for the 5G phones to come out. I need to upgrade, but I see no point in buying a phone now until we get to 5G.
Full 5G.
Right.
Full 5G, and then you got to wait for the network to roll out, because what's the point? I mean, if you can't connect to 5G, why buy a 5G phone? But the other thing, it's going to be...
Right, and we'll have those 5G phones, the latest ones, in our Xfinity stores.
Yeah, that's going to really change everything. Now you're talking about exponential leap in delivery time.
Where do you have retail stores around the Detroit area?
Oh, pretty much all over. In fact, we just committed $3.2 $5 million in a new expansion through Southeast Michigan, near Port Huron and Lansing. In fact, we're opening 2 stores in the next month, one in Southfield and one in Roseville. So we have over 16, 17 stores in the metro area. So they're very convenient to go to. Touch and feel all of our products, get face-to-face customer service. It's just another way we're investing our money to make that service the best experience possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, now that it's more than cable, it makes sense to have some place where people can go and try stuff out, especially if you're getting into the phone business, because you really want to look at a phone and feel it and use it before you commit to having it in your pocket for 2 years.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
Does yours come with a service agreement? Do you have to contract out for a number of specified time, or what?
No, you have to be an Xfinity Internet customer first, and then you pay by the gig, or you pay for limited, which is $45, and I believe it's $12 per gig, and that's it. There's no service fees or anything like that. It's pretty straightforward.
Okay, how are we doing on time there, Dave? Okay. What else you want to talk about? You got the ball here. So.
Okay. Well, so we were talking about cable TV or internet.
All right.
But we have, our center of gravity now is the internet business. I mean, we've really stepped up our game there. We want to give the best experience possible through our home Wi-Fi service.
Right.
We've got the speed. We've got gig speeds in 39 states across the country and Washington, D.C. We've upped our speeds 18 times over the past 18 years, and we're continuing to add internet customers, I think, of 1 million each year for the last 13 years.
Huh.
So speed's one of our tenants. Coverage, your internet service is only as good as your last connection. So we want to make sure that your coverage in your home is robust. That's why we came out with those X5 pods last year. I don't know if you remember those. They create a Wi-Fi mesh network in your home. So if you have a far-flung bedroom or a basement that you're not getting great coverage in, you can plug those in to your wall outlet.
Is there a cost for that?
Well, for 3, I believe they were $119.
Okay.
And then you can get a 6-pack for $199.
And you own those, though?
You own those, correct.
Yeah, okay.
And they're great for bigger homes.
Don't want to rent those, so...
No.
So that expansive mansion up in Traverse City you're building, you probably want a 6-pack for that.
Yeah,
so.
certainly.
In many different ways, right?
Yes.
And then there's control with our internet service through Xfi, the digital dashboard. What's great for families you can set up profiles for every person who has a device in their home, and you can check on how much internet they're using, how much Wi-Fi they're using, and how much data is going on. And you can also pause and just control the way they use Wi-Fi. So,
okay, we got about
That's
a minute or
kids,
so. We got a minute or so left. And I know you cover Michigan, Indiana, and parts of Kentucky.
Actually, I'm just Michigan.
You're just Michigan.
Yeah.
That's Michelle that does that, then. Huh?
Right.
Oh, okay.
And we have a gentleman in Indiana too. Really, it's most everything below Lansing.
Okay.
From coast to coast.
Okay. Well, that's our Sabrina calling in.
Yes,
so,
it is.
One more time, if they want to reach out to Comcast, how do they do that?
Please visit us at our Xfinity store, if there's one in your neighborhood, or go to xfinity.net or 1-800-XFINITY.
Okay, thanks, Rob Ponto from Xfinity, Michigan.
Traditional four-year students love Lawrence Technological University's thriving campus life, but LTU has always met non-traditional students' needs too. Lawrence Tech offers over 100 degree and certificate programs that can get adult students started or back on track. And most of our classes are conveniently offered evenings at our beautiful Southfield campus or online, so you can balance your social, family, and work life even while you power up your career. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.